What's up, guys, and welcome back for another episode of Man's Glory Podcast, where we keep it real biblical. And we are back for episode 18. That's right.
Maybe it's chapter 18, so
Yeah,
right.
Episode 18 of Man's Glory. And listen, this is the 4th season, and this is also the longest season. We still have another 4 more weeks to go before we wrap this thing up and shut it down. And we give y'all and ourselves a much needed break. So this week, we are diving into Jesus is the Rock. Was one. Diving into chapter 18, which is I Was Never Lacking. And of course, you guessed it, this episode is talking about marriage. I guess
Somebody's blowing.
somebody sound the trumpets. So, the idea of this, the whole purpose of this chapter, this episode, is to break the incomplete or broken mindset, right? And so, essentially, what I discussed in this chapter, why I keep closing my book. What I discussed in this chapter was the ideology that we in society have given marriage today, and how inaccurate it is based on why I actually want married and the actual reason into why God designed marriage for those that follow Him. He designed marriage in general, but what it is for those who are of Christ, of the body, of the Spirit. Got it? So the chapter started with wanting marriage doesn't mean you're incomplete. It means you understand covenant. So the whole idea, I'm 31. How long have I been single, Mom?
31 years?
Oh.
You're not married? Or you ain't living that way?
I've been single 31 years, even though most of those years it probably was illegal for me to be married.
Well,
Because she was married. I have been
9 years, as you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've never been married. And of that time, we know I've only been married since I can say the word married. I was like, okay, ready to be married.
She found out what being married was, because at one time, baby, she didn't know. Did I ever tell the story what you said?
No.
Yes, I did.
What was it about?
When we were sitting at...
What I said, my auntie?
Yes.
Tell it again. It was funny.
So years ago... Maybe 2 stories. I don't know, but I remember her saying, I don't know, I think James was telling Jazz she needs to sleep in her own bed.
Oh, yeah. It is
and
too
she
different.
like, yeah, so she like,
I was a little girl, specify how old I was now.
Well, we didn't even have LJ, so she between 3 and 5.
I was a little baby.
So she gonna say, I'm gonna sleep in my own bed when I get me a boyfriend. So my dad looked at her, I'm like, he was finna. I'm like, so, but
he was finna what?
tear that tail up.
Batman,
like,
please.
now, where she get that from? But this one that's funny. So I remember one day.
But where did I get that idea from? Mind you, my mom and dad was not married
TT.
before they had me, but the
we
idea
when we was all living together.
when we was all living together, I was married. But the idea came from my aunt.
Her TT, as she called her, which was my nephew,
Mom,
Bennett's mother. So one day she gonna say, when I grow up, I want to be just like my TT Consuela. I don't have me a husband and a boyfriend. Because in her mind, because she knew my nephew belongs to my brother, so she knew that was her uncle, Uncle Marvin. So, and Consuela had a boyfriend at the time. Was it Wilbert? Whoever she had a man at the time, and he used to be over there. So in her mind, hey, TT was bad, and she wanted to be just like her.
My whole understanding, for as long as I can comprehend it, my uncle was married to the guy we always talk about that passed away, my brother cousin. My uncle was married to his mom. That was my always understanding. And I knew she had a boyfriend. She had 7 boyfriends. But I would be like, when I grow up, I'm going to have a husband and a boyfriend.
She thought that because we were married,
yeah,
grandparents, everybody was married in her life. So she assumed
that Jazz wanted married. So I grew up around relationships, right? That's something that I thought about the other day too. I forgot to tell you.
What?
Had nothing to do with this topic. But the reason why we expect so much of the rest of those children and why we design Joyful Noise is because all of our kids grew up in a adult dominated household.
Right.
We grew up in like family style, like 17 adults to a house type thing.
Right.
And even if everybody didn't live together, we was always, that's what we spent our time around. We learned how to talk.
Right.
Which is why people tell the folks now, don't do baby talk with them, say words
Yeah,
to them.
because
We all started talking very early.
when I had Jasmine, of course, I was at home with my mom, my bonus dad, and my brother. So everybody was grown.
And we went to our
And
grandparents' house.
everybody there was grown. But so we had conversations, and we talked to her and my nephew as you talk to each other. So therefore, they were smart. They knew how to talk.
We started talking early. All of us though, not just Bennett and I.
Yeah.
LJ, Bree, Mimi,
Everybody.
Cutie, Nova, Hendrix. People, we go right now. Where were we? Chick-fil-A, and the lady was just so
blown
mesmerized
away.
by Hendrix. She was like,
How
Because
old is he?
I guess she assumed he was a dwarf or he was short, which I don't phase her because Hendrix has y'all seen Hendrix. Hendrix got a massive head, but she was blown away. She didn't know of his age because how well he spoke. And she said, I said, no, he had just turned 2 in May. And she was like, he's 2? Oh my God. She said, he looks young. She said, but listening to him when she saw him, she thought he was older because she heard his voice when she saw him. I was like,
thank you. TT, will you open
he
this
talks
for me?
like a whole 40-year-old
Yeah.
man. He acts like a little 40-year-old man.
And if you ask him something, well, like if he's thinking about it, he can be like,
So now he's got into that phase. Now he knows the answer to everything. So now because he knows everything, he will ask you what something is because he wants to make sure that you know. So if you ask him, that's him giving. That's what we do when we wait on them to respond. So that's him giving you time to respond and answer.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point of that does link back to this: how you are brought up, what you are raised around, has a giant impact on who you are, what you think, and how you experience things. The way who you become. I mean, how you become what you are and all the things. And so again, this chapter I was never lacking. Because I was raised to be independent.
Right.
I was raised to be able to take care of myself, to stand on my own toes, to put God first, to follow the word, to be in church on Sunday. On your weekends is when I grew up, the way our Saturdays worked, I kid you not, and this is what I remember. On Saturday, Monday through Fridays, parents went to work, we went to school. And I know I come home after school and my mom was not there by a certain time. When I got to the point where I had 5 o'clock, where are you? Because you work 2 minutes from the house. Why are you not here? When we got to the point we was playing sports nonstop, that's what the schedule was on Saturdays. Saturdays, we either outside, all of us playing some type of sport, practicing this, that, third, have family picnic, or going out of town, or we cooking in Saturday. Remember we used to do that, burgers, and we have tacos, taco salad, all different things to fry. You remember Capu used to eat the whole chicken leg, bone included. That's what we did on Saturday. Sunday, church. And randomly throughout the week, we'd have family Bible study time. We'd sit around in the dining room table. This is what we did at home. So this is how our weekends work. And I grew up around that family dynamic. And anytime we had cookouts, whatever case, it was always all of the family. And both sides of my family had marriage. Now, whether or not I was directly into the depths of other people's marriage, whatever case was, but from my mindset, if you together, you married.
But that's a child thought.
As I got older, I realized what the marriages were and who was just dating. And that started to form my whole mindset of, okay, how I'm gonna date. I knew very young what I wanted, what I didn't want. What I liked, what I didn't like. And I also knew that you had to be a whole person before you should think about dating somebody. This is what I said. Be a whole person.
Yourself.
Figure out who you are, what you like, what you have going on, what it is that you want. Because if you take the time to learn you in your singleness, then you don't have to worry about somebody playing in your face. You don't have to worry about what they be calling these I was gonna say strongholds. What they call about these things you got to get over. What is it? Trauma. My God. I was fighting my life finding that word.
Obstacles?
No, they call it trauma. I got trauma, and then every time people be trauma. Listen, our day and age is doing a whole bunch of nonsense.
That's what y'all
it's
do.
a lot.
Making up things as you go.
in this chapter, it's some points I want to hit on heavily in this chapter, right? Okay. I feel like, the preacher, they had their notes right now. 3 points. Get your pen and your paper. I want you to write this down or screen record. They be killing me. Write this down with 3 points right there. All right, let's go. And baby, listen. Get your book.
The word.
So you can write in your book and take your notes. All right. So this is something I put on here. I wrote in the book, says, once in marriage has never meant that something was missing in me. It has meant that I understand partnership. It has meant that I value covenant. It has meant that I respect what God designed marriage to be. Not as a rescue plan, but as a sacred addition. 2 whole people coming together to bond one union, right? Mm-hmm. So if you paid attention to the pattern of the book, and the guests that we've had on, we've had single individuals, and we also had married individuals. We've had more married than anything. So even if you pay attention to the dynamic of our podcast in general, you had myself, who was young and single, then you had my mom, who was middle-aged, because she's not old by far, but we came over young. So middle-aged and married. Young, middle-aged and married. Mm-hmm. And you listening from 2 dynamics, and then for me being brought up from my mom, we still don't have the same exact ideas and thoughts. Like my mom said, I don't see why you can't let a man come to your house. For what?
Well, I understand her point of view now. When I listen to her, I get it. But some way, either you got willpower or you don't. But I get what she said.
I got willpower.
She don't even want to be tempted. She don't even want the man to be misconstrued about, hey, I can come over there and say this. And I understand that.
Which I let guys come over and then they get too comfortable. Remember I told you, what should I come to myself? Oh, I can see myself living here. I said, you got to go. He wasn't even in my house 2 minutes, walking around the house. Oh yeah, I can see myself living here.
No, you can't.
And then too, another part that irritated me was that what you think you finna come here and chill out? Cause what y'all listen, it's
at the end of the day, this male or female. And I know back in the way back, women didn't have to work, or the men did all the working. Well, they came up with this thing I think called women's
liberation.
So now men and women working. But I was saying that to say, no woman nor man should come upon a person and think, hey, I don't have to work. I don't have to do anything.
I'm just gonna move on.
That's not. Now, not unless, woman, you find a man who says, baby, you don't want you to work. I don't want you to work. I want you to sit home and raise them kids. And I tell you one thing for sure. You're going to tell Mom, I'm going to work. Because being there with them children all day long is not what you want.
Okay. And then coming back home.
Which I wouldn't know that part because I've never, 6 weeks, as long as I stayed with my kids. And then I went to work and they went wherever,
Wherever?
Yeah, whether it was, you couldn't go to school, so that means somebody was keeping you so I can get back on that money train.
She just dropped us on the street and went on about her business.
Well, with you, I had a babysitter in the beginning. It was Velma. Then Velma left here and went to Chicago. You remember Velma and Johnny B used to keep you?
I thought she was talking about,
No, ma'am.
I'm going to call CPS on you.
No, ma'am. From Velma to, you went to Little Dark, well, my classmates,
Little Darlings. I still got the picture. Yeah, I still got the picture frame on the wall in my bedroom. This say Little Darlings chapter.
She went there, and when our son, when he came down, so we was paying for both of them. So that's why I say 2 people may say it's expensive, but you pay for what you need because we were working. And I let my husband watch a video last night with the lady complaining. She said, "You paying me $245 a week. When you break it up for the 50 hours, that's $4 an hour." I said, "You get it, Jane?" See, people looking at the big picture, baby, come on now. But anywho, let's get back to tuning back in. And from there, and
maybe
then...
we should start charging by the hour.
And people like, she was saying that the lady said 5:30. She was trying to get to her baby thinking, I want to get every dime. She said, every dime. And so she broke down and lay like, oh. But anywho, as I was saying, about the kids and doing things and from Little Dollars, and then Consuelo did keep them because they would get out to school and come over there. And stuff. So it's about, why was I talking about that?
I have no idea.
Okay, let's get back to the book, because, baby, my mind done had a brain freeze over here. Forgive me,
It's
y'all.
the first time she done call herself, and I didn't say a word. I don't know why that was just so funny to
The
me.
good Lord gonna bring you back to me.
Anyway, so I dove into this book and I said the narrative harms women and men just in different ways, right? So, oh no, I skipped the part. What society has convinced people that marriage is right now. Some people just want to be married to be taken care of. Some people just want to be. You got people trapping people, and I said people trapping people because
They've been doing that for years.
Guys trapping females just like females trapping guys.
Right.
It's both ways. I kid you not.
And no, you have no intentions of staying there and being a husband, but I want you to have my baby. Then we are foolish enough.
Or
those who have done it, bam, okay. Then he done ran off to the next lady. Nah.
Are you trying to trap somebody down because you don't want them to go nowhere else, but you know you don't want to be loyal either? That's a problem in itself. It's so much going on. People just wanting rings for status or to say I got this or for access or whatever the case is. Like I talked about one of my cohort members. I was like, lady, why are you married?
Yeah.
She was just like, he wanted to be married. It couldn't have been me.
No love.
Because why would you say that? No, she said she loved him. But ain't nobody gonna stop her. And she said,
that's not love.
She said the problem with marriage is slavery. She said people use the Bible to demonize it, and so that's when I found out that she doesn't have a faith. She doesn't believe in God for real.
Slavery.
Yeah, so she said that whole submission. So, and then my other cohort member, he's not a congressman, Lords. He is a alderman. He got married because he was married. He just jumped right into it. He was like, wait a minute now. He said, what you mean? He said, it's not. He said, y'all take that term submission the wrong way. Right. He said, and he said
to one another.
Yeah, he was on it, and I just sat there. Because I was like, I asked my 3, 4, 5 questions, but for me, by the second question, I saw where her head was. One thing I won't do is argue with you about the word, especially when you don't go to church, you don't own a Bible, you've never picked up a Bible, nor have you ever read it. You too much what it says or they said. I'm done talking to you then, because you haven't read for yourself, right? But when she talked about what her idea of marriage was, she said, there's no point in marriage. She's like a piece of paper. She said, so when he brought up the whole aspect, he said, well, let's look at it naturally. And I love that he used the term naturally. And so he said, if you were not married to him, and so that, like she said, she ain't leaving it to him no way. She gonna leave it to her child. Again, why are we here?
Selfish individual.
Okay. That's your mate, right?
I'm just gonna keep my thoughts to myself.
Which is to the point of lacking. I want marriage, I desire marriage, not because I am lacking anything, but because I want the love that God gave the church. I want to be able to give that thing. I want to come together with a person who is so strong and indulged in the word. We come together and we build a beautiful family. We be fruitful and multiply, more involved in love children that follow Christ. Because I believe, if enough of us, and you just quoted that verse earlier, I don't know if it was today or yesterday.
Yesterday we was talking about.
Excuse me. If enough,
for
those who are called by my name, and pray, He will heal the land. Enough of us who are actually following Christ for real, doing the thing for real, right? Do more, and then want that thing, right? I want it, not because I want somebody to come in and pay. Don't get twisted. Gonna be real nice. This man covering these bills, but all of a sudden, however, even if this man don't come in,
helping you cover the bills,
helping with these bills, even if the man doesn't, if not, Jay's got it, and Jay's gonna adopt some babies and still be fruitful and multiply. I just want to be.
But you still don't know what the good Lord has in store for you, and fun saying.
But I'm already being fruitful.
You are.
With my child here
kids,
and all these stuff, I'm doing the thing. I'm letting it be seen in me. Because even if you don't have it at home, you will see it in me. And one thing I say of every child we come in contact with, those kids ride. I don't care how strict they are. They ride for me. And they'll tell me, I said, well, I told my mama this and I told my mama that. I said, my Miss Jazz said XYZ or Mrs. Styles said XYZ. And God, baby, they love when we talk about God up here. They get mad when we don't read the Bible story. I said, you don't get your work done, you don't get to the right.
So, because it's me, my nephew and my niece is here. So I have a happy, hello, get TT a hug. And so you have
the rest of the babies.
You know, they be looking. And so the girls, so they'll come and hug. And so my little boy, my little Cuban came and he said, but it makes your heart feel good when they want to hug you, because even in our church home. So what we do, we embrace people.
Did you say your little Cuban?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. So, but we embrace people with a hug. So, and therefore, you know, and that's what we're used to doing. But you have to learn, not everybody want to be embraced with a hug. That's why you try to spirit us, see the God. You understand where I'm coming from? And then when people see, okay, that's what they do is okay, you know, they're relaxed and do so. Like we had the brother on here said to my niece one time, she went to hug him, but she hesitated because I saw him. He like, girl, we hug around here. And it makes you feel good that, you know, people are adopted.
He didn't need the one. I mean, not one to shiny.
Yeah. But still, like, even in the child care, that's what I was telling my child. So, you know, we was talking about, you know, they want a hug. And so when she said to the baby, you missed me? And he said, I missed you. And it's great, you know, because people or the children may see you as mean and strict, but you're nurturing them. You're giving them love that they need.
Even when we giving them that stern voice, or even if we have to raise our voice, like we tell them, if we did not care about you, we would not say anything to you. We would not do these things. We would not correct you when you are wrong. And that's one thing I've noticed, where we are a family built center. Now this has nothing to do with what we talking about.
No, but hey, we got off into it, so that's that.
We are a family built center, just like we are a family built organization, and people, which is why I say people get indulged in us and they fall in love with the idea. We treat everybody like family, whether you are blood or not. We actually do what the word calls us to do. Love your neighbor as yourself, not more than, but as. See, because you get mad when you find out we loving you more than us, and we cut you off.
Can't do it then. God gonna handle me. I'm less than an infidel. I'm a fool
right.
then, of course. We read today. He calls us fools now. Come on.
Infidel.
And I ain't no fool.
So with that we're showing them that love and compassion. Within that first day, like we had one of the boys, my little Cuban baby came up to my Honduran baby who was new. He told me, he said, we say yes ma'am and no ma'am to the women, to the girls, and yes
no,
sir and no sir to the boys. And I said, thank you so much.
But he said it because I called his name and he like, what?
And he wasn't saying it to be rude.
Yeah, but because he was playing.
Tone.
And so when I'm like, oh, he like, I got it.
So the other one who had been there,
I got it, Mr. Styles. So he went in there and told him. And so
he said yes, and his mom said, oh, thank you so much. Yeah. And so I love, and so they see the love that we have for them, because they'll sit here and they'll just open up and come and tell us, oh, I didn't like the other daycare. I love being here. I said, so I told him when he first came, this is my Cuban baby. Him and his sister, I told him, because we had the Mexican kids were telling him how it was and how much she loves this daycare, this and third.
It's gonna be your favorite.
Yeah, she was like, they're so nice. And I said, I'm not nice, I'm mean. And so my little Mexican girl said, you're not mean, Miss Jazz. I said, yes, I am. She said, no, you're not. I said, I'm glad you said that, because I'm not mean. I'm strict. Now, I love a good time, but when it comes to schoolwork, I don't care about none of it. And so he said, what you want? So she's, I was sitting there, she said, she's very strict. She's very strict. So they know the difference. And they know we have rules that we must follow. And so he jumped right on their cue. He'll catch himself. He'll check somebody else. Now, what I don't like, that none of them choose to check themselves, but they'll check everybody else. But with that, they see how we hug all of our kids. We tell them have a great day. I've noticed, like, if we put them out the car, if I don't say have a good day, I'll see you later, be good, I watched each one of them stand at the door and would not walk away. Because he just did the other day. He was just like, he said, you coming back to pick me up, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, you didn't tell me see you later, be good. I said, have a good day. See, because I told him have a good day when he's getting out. Now stop right there. I said, be good. Don't lose any more points, because they have the little app thing in class. I said, and I'll see you later. He said, okay. Because that morning when he got there, I was gone for a fellowship the previous day. And so I dropped, or my mom took him to school, so I was gone. So when I came back the next day, when I got back that afternoon, they were already gone. So the little sister came and she was just so happy to see me. She won. And I said, oh, did you miss me? Did you miss me so much? She just all happy. So he was just like, I missed you too. And I said, oh. And I love that we show that affection for them because people leave impacts on life, which this is how you tie it back in. Again, you grow up and you form yourself. You do the molding of yourself. You become the person that you are because of the impact, the things that impact you in life. And catching them young. Mm-hmm. That's again me being fruitful in mother's mind because I'm being fruitful in other people's kids' life, and that's what every teacher does. Whether you're a good teacher or a bad teacher, something you do say, learn, and cover. Your boom. Simple way to put it. Your impact, you're leaving a mark on something. But with that, which is why I'm so excited too when I get new parents and I say, hey, this is me Madre, this is me Padre, right? And so it's like, oh my God, and the last two families that come in said we have such a beautiful family. Oh my God, this is a family. I tell them this is my abuela. It was like, this is a family. It's a familiar owned business. Mm-hmm. This is how we operate. So you see that love. And so a lot of them, they have both parents, but only one parent is here, right? So they're getting it from both ends. And we show them our love. And so for that, when I say I'm not lacking in anything because I may not have it. I want to experience birth every single time. I want all the things. However, I'm experiencing every stage of childhood with other people's kids. Mm-hmm. And in that aspect, I'm learning what I will do, what I won't do. Mm-hmm. Which I already knew that, but I'm seeing a different side of it now too. Even when it comes to the education side and all the things that I want that I don't want. But more so what I talked about in this chapter, because we really just got off into a tangent, 2, 3, 4. You started it. What are you talking about? But anyway, I talked about the narrative that people paint marriage out to be, right? And it's from both sexes. So I said for women, marriage is often treated as a finish line. The ultimate proof of worth, stability, and success. I want you to think about it. And I think I brought this up a couple episodes back, especially with what's going on right now in politics and all of that. This idea of people find their purpose. The women find their purpose when they're married. Like a lot of people say, I didn't know my purpose until I was married. I didn't know my purpose until I had children. Huh?
Well, I can tell you your duty.
That's your duty. That's not your purpose.
Keep his
that is only a portion of you. And if you did not find yourself fulfilled prior to that, you do not have a relationship with God. Mm-hmm. And for a woman to say that they are a follower of Christ, but you're not fulfilled because you're not married, you don't have kids, you're not actually a follower of Christ. You're following self. Because the word says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. And all these things will be added unto you. You got to put God. So let's talk about today. If God is first, you got everything you need.
All right now.
Not everything you want.
Not everything you want, but all of your needs.
Because everything you want is not always good for you.
Right.
All right.
What you see that you like is not.
Because Morris Chestnut is a fine man, but he is too old for me and he is married. He may look good to me, but he is not good for me.
A fine man on TV.
Idris Elba. I can keep going.
Who is it?
Hugh Jackman. I can keep going.
Okay, let's move it back.
No, because she was trying to find one. Yeah. Tay Diggs, but he only like white women.
Black women?
White women.
Oh.
He only acted movies with black women, but he only
did white. That's not my business, and I don't care.
Anyway, then it says, for men, marriage is either downplayed entirely or misrepresented. A man who desires marriage is labeled weak, needy, or doing too much. He's told to prioritize freedom over faith, status over stewardship, and pleasure over purpose. The bros before hoes mentality is praised while commitment is mocked. Think about the double standard. If a female wants to talk to multiple guys or is sleeping around with multiple guys, she is a
bros before a hoe.
You never heard it?
I haven't, but hey.
Really?
Really?
I don't. What y'all got?
That's gonna be a young thing. What do you mean?
Bros before hoes mean I don't care about these females when it comes. You always put the boys first. And that's really what's going on today. Like with these dudes, they be saying they want to be in a relationship, but you can't do. You'll leave your female because your homeboy and then your homeboy need gas and your homeboy need X, Y, and Z. But if the female need, oh, she trying to use me.
So bros before hoes. Now
it's foolish.
I don't remember that terminology because I don't think bros before hoes. When I was dirty, let me speak for me. The guys that I dated, to my knowledge, If they didn't put me first, they pretended like they put me first. So I didn't have that problem. So he better not let no bro call and tell me I need you, babe. I'm over here with my sweet. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. Come on with it.
Anyway.
Somebody my age, 56, if you know, if you ever use the term bros before hoes, whatever they did, chime in and let me know, because I don't know nothing about that one. Okay?
It's the idea. That's why everybody's saying that dudes are very feminine now. In the girls, and you call the girls the masculine. Because y'all spend all y'all time with y'all homeboys, like it's a pain to spend time with your lady.
That's crazy.
Or if your lady says she needs some this or something to do with some money, it's a problem. But you having no problem with either asking her for money, expecting her to do something for you, or giving something to your homeboy.
So check that out.
That don't even make sense.
So that's not really your lady. Because
Don't
I
I say
know when a man loves a woman, there's nothing he wouldn't do for her within reason.
That kind of song? Yeah. That's all I know. That's the only part of the song I know. Anyway,
man love a woman something. And I'm gonna make my there's nothing he would do for her that's not her.
So with it, then we have this idea of traditional marriage. And that is what my cohort member was talking about. She was like, she said that traditional thing, she said that's something they made up for slavery. And I said, is it now? Is it now? None of that makes sense to me. If you don't want marriage, just don't want marriage. It is okay. And if you want it for the things, just say you want it for the things. But for those of you who do not want it for the spirituality of it, you're not following Christ, baby, stay
going
over
to hell
there.
anyway. So hey, keep it moving.
Stay over there with the people who want to play the game. You want to be polyamorous, be polyamorous. You want to be married, don't be married. You want to be married for things, just say that. Don't come over here and playing with and breaking hearts for people who actually want the thing for it. However, I will say, if you are actually a follower of Christ, you have discernment, and you know if you actually listening and you're paying attention and you're seeking God first, God not gonna allow you to do certain things you won't even have to worry about doing, because He sees. Or like my dad says today in church, there's a difference between being chastised and long suffering. Those are two different things.
Oh, I thought the scripture we went on today about as becoming saints, about not being fornicating nor covenants, as becoming saint. That means as you walk like that, you gotta let it go. I can't be covenants of your home or your relationship. So with that being said, if you choose not to be married, those people who does not believe in marriage the way God wants to be married will keep it moving. Let's not come in here and disrupt somebody else's life who wants to be married and who wants to marry for love. You know, so go get in a hole and go on about your business. That's just the best way I can see it. Woo. Is it hot in you?
No.
It's me. Okay, well, God, let me leave it alone then. Hot. Maybe I don't need to be talking on it. I'm sweating.
No, you're not.
I am. My forehead is wet.
Oh. So I think he ain't reaching up and grab on trying to slide over. What she got going on?
Yeah, because stay with it. Okay, where we at?
Flash, what's going on with you?
Oh, maybe that's what it is. My wisdom is coming through.
Lord. I'm so dead. So this ideal traditional marriage and the double standard, all the things, they both distort what God actually created marriage to be. You okay? You good?
Yeah, I will be. Oh, I can't pull my shirt up, my jacket up.
Please don't. Here you go.
Thank you.
Don't bend over wood.
Ooh, that feels much better. Okay, let's go. Lord, I done had a hot flash on there, y'all. Oh, but I had some sweet tea. I guess that done brought it on.
I'm definitely not looking forward to none of that. You can have all of it because that wants no parts. Anyway, so again, what I talk about in the book is that, and both lead people to make decisions rooted in fear instead of faith. Because the moment a woman believes she needs a man to complete her, she compromises discernment. And I listed here the moment a woman does because of the stance that I took on it, because I am a woman. However, this statement goes for both men and women. If you are sitting here feeling incomplete or thinking you won't be complete until you are married, you are a problem to yourself. You are a hindrance to yourself, and your focus is not on God. Point blank, period.
Amen.
You cannot operate in the mindset, I'm not whole until I have X, Y, Z. Because what if it's not in the cards, you'll be married? Like the man on TikTok said, oh, well, I ain't going to stop cheating around or fooling around. What?
I think I need to get out my shirt, my jacket, but go ahead.
My daddy gonna tell you what.
Go
Y'all here stripping and stuff.
You guys in my rock game?
Yes, you can.
Well, I gotta keep it on. I'm hot, y'all. I apologize.
Just take it off.
No.
Oh, they finna eat you alive.
Okay. Go ahead, keep moving. You saw on the podcast what happened? Somebody you saw?
Well, he said he not gonna stop cheating until he get married.
Who said that?
You don't know the man? I don't even know the man.
Oh, just okay.
I said, huh? Oh yeah, marriage is what'll stop all it. No, sir. If you were not, first of all, man or woman, you a fool. If you agree to marry a person that's not treating you right in the dateship.
That is.
And then you turn around and think, courtship, whatever. Then you turn around, because this is what we're going to be at in court, playing with me. Then you turn around and think, oh, it's going to get better, it's going to change after we get married. Huh?
You're showing me what you are
You know
and where you
who
are.
just popped in my head? You good.
Okay.
Cuz. No. Couldn't be me. Wouldn't be me, could never. Could never. If you were cheating on me prior to, you put your hands on me, you can't talk to me, I can't trust you, you cussing at me, you don't speak to me with any type of respect, you treat me any type of way. But I'm going to say, oh, of course I'll marry you. Because what you getting married for?
Stop.
They say you got the
Stop
ring.
right there.
Stop me.
Now, sometimes people don't know how to be loyal or to love. So, if a person is doing such things, just like James says, he learned how to be a liar because his father was a liar. And he watched them. So I'm going to say this here. So now, I agree, you just don't, and the relationship, you're in a relationship and it's just going downhill. Do not marry the person thinking it's going to get better.
Don't have no baby and thinking it's going to fix the problem. That's
because,
stupid.
you know, we're flawed individuals. So therefore, you know, people either change for the better or the worse. And like your father said, he was in his home, he said the trailer, by himself, crying on his hands and knees, and everybody he called, nobody else line would be his, but he was sick of himself. So I said that to say, now, no, if Jeffrey say Jasmine Lesk is married, and you find out the day before, the night of, Jeffrey have laid up with Shalisa, no, you don't marry him. Because if he did it then,
he'll do it again.
more than likely.
Fool me once, shame on me.
I have learned if a person, man or woman, is not converted, he or she will do anything. But what I'm saying on that note, you showed me how you felt about me, knowing we was finna get married. So no, I should not marry you. Now, if you're dating this person and some things, y'all had some passes, some things happen, and you see the change in one another, and you decide to get married, that's a different thing. But it's only one thing can change you, and that's the word of God.
A man got a heart coming to me.
I'm just saying, you know.
We together, and you cheat on me. Baby, you ain't got a slim chance in HELL to fix that thing, to rectify that thing, or nothing else. And
Because
that's
you already
before,
know how she is.
and that's before the marriage. And I don't believe in divorce. So I'm definitely not gonna put up this. So if we get married and you say, baby, I slipped up, you sure did. You sure did.
If he tell you beforehand?
No, we married.
It's
over with.
So therefore,
You won't even be able to spell divorce how fast I'm slap you with.
do not confess your sins to your lady here because you're out. You're out of there.
God gonna tell me.
Yep, that's true too.
God gonna tell me.
But I'm just saying, you know, on the real, So because Jazz does not think like I do, and then me and my man was living in that world, doing some and everything.
And I ain't so, other world.
Yeah, so it's a difference. If you're not about that, you don't have to put up with that, and you shouldn't because you know better.
I don't even talk to guys. And the moment we talking, I find out you cheated. Ghost trying to figure out why your text message ain't going through.
Cheated on you or cheated on somebody?
Cheated on anybody.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. People can change, young girl.
Yeah, I found out you cheated. Like, when was that? Why? Oh, okay, cool. All right. Okay. That conversation gonna switch up real quick.
I was never lacking anything, but I desired marriage. Let's keep it moving.
And never desired a cheater. Let's stay right here. The answer is no. Mm-hmm. I ain't got nothing for you. I'm sorry. Because that's just like for me too when it comes to guys. If you have a child between the ages of freshly born and 3 years old, my first question is,
what happened?
What happened between you and your baby mother? Because why are you talking to me? Especially if you got an arm baby.
Sometimes.
A changing diapers baby.
People break up and people don't tell the next person they're pregnant.
I still need to know what happened. That's going to determine what happens with us. Because because most times is y'all was hitting it the whole time, and then she got pregnant all of a sudden. That ain't my baby.
Now that's kind of sad.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. We have nothing to talk about. And for another thing, if you're disrespectful to the person that mothers your child, you cannot talk to me.
Because you know what? If she was a whore when you was laying
why
with
you
her,
put your thing in her?
So, be respectful.
And how can you disrespect the person that carried your
laid
child?
Down and made a baby with?
Come on now. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
So
and I don't want nobody to think, oh, well, she trying to jump down on me, and that's never the case. I'm a female. So I'm talking from my perspective. Same thing with a female. But I don't date women, so I can't even respond to that. But if it's a female, I don't have any female friends that I would sit there and let bad mouth there. But I don't have any female friends with bad.
And then I was taught, too, a man that you're dating, you watch how they treat their mother.
Yep, their sisters, their aunts, their grandmothers.
I mean, my sons. If you don't see my sons, and I said treat me and their mamas, because one of them got two mamas, and sisters well, you keep it moving. Because he ain't the cat for you. You understand where I'm coming from?
Some people like that.
Yeah, but no. And because, I used to hear people say, too, when a man put their hand on them or the woman that mean they love them. No, you don't. How that mean they love you? You're supposed to be already raised one time or by your parents. Get into a relationship, a man or a woman don't have to raise another person. Now, we have to conform you or configure you to way we think of stuff like that, but you're already raised. You understand where I'm coming from? Except you get together as children and y'all are growing together. But Bobby Douglas, and she was Bobby Blackman Douglas at the time, and Edgar Douglas, and Eddie Durkins raised Rita. So I didn't even, baby, I can go back further. Maddie Douglas and Mike Bobby, Roosevelt Davis. They had a hand in raising me, and any of my aunties and uncles that I went to in the summer. I was raised correctly in the first place. I don't need no man. My husband, James, cannot raise me. Now, he can teach me in the spirit. That's the only way. Raise me up under the spirit. But you cannot come to a grown woman over here who knows right from wrong from right to be taught and say, hey, get in there and wash them dishes and all that. So
vice versa.
Yeah. And I can't do that to him. We have to meet each other where we are. And those of us who want a beautiful life, a blessed life, live within Christ. If we want to be blessed abundantly, live how he wants us to live.
You are to live
how he wants us to walk.
Anyway, anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of the chapter, the topic of conversation is being whole, being prepared, and understanding. You need to check yourself. Because if you're wanting a marriage or a relationship in general, because this ain't even got to be about marriage, you got to be in a relationship before you get to marriage.
Right.
Unless you're one of those cultures that
beforehand.
Yeah. But anyway, for that, if you cannot stand being alone, you need to go fix you. If you don't like you, What make you think somebody else gonna like you? That's number one. Number two,
important, we come in to worry about ourselves.
Learn how to be by yourself. Check you. If you feel as though you need a relationship, another person to make you who you are, that is a problem. You might need to check yourself in the rehab. Get some therapy. Because something is wrong there. How can you love God if you don't love your fellow man? How can you love another human being if you don't love yourself? Because you can't tell me you don't love you, but you love me.
No.
Huh? So you'll treat me better than you'll treat yourself? That is a problem. You don't love me for real because you don't know how to love. The first person you come in this world loving outside of your parents is yourself. Point blank period. As you grow older, you have to be taught to love God, fear God. Huh? Then it should be God, then my parents. Or God, then yourself and your parents. Right? You gotta love you. Because if you don't love you, how can you love me? I remember me and my best friend were in Texas on one of my many trips. We take trips I think we were in Dallas, Texas. And we was in a hotel room. I don't know, something had happened. And she told me, she said, babe, I love, my best friend calls me babe. She said, I love you. She said, I would never do anything to jeopardize your livelihood. You know, this and the thing. And my best friend has a lot of things that she battles with her. And she told me, I said, how are you going to love me and you don't love yourself? Because you're doing something that can
hurt yourself.
Yeah, you're doing something that can hurt you, that is hurting you. And that can get you arrested. Likewise, have me arrested. I said, this is my future, my livelihood. I don't play by my name. I don't play nothing about me. I never put you in. You already have me in this situation because you know I don't participate in certain things, so why would you bring that thing along? That's number one. Number two, I need you to control your temper. Because, yeah, my mouth real slick. However, I know how to conduct myself in certain situations, and you were in the wrong. You could have gotten us arrested. And that was my thing. She just like, at the end of the day, I'll go down for it. Girl, you don't love you. So I'm questioning your love and your loyalty to me. Because for me, I cannot love somebody more than I love myself. I can't do that. I love me a whole lot. A whole lot. Because if it come down to my last and your last, who you boo? And that's how you should be. Because how can I tell you I love you, I care more about you, I do anything to protect you, however.
I don't care nothing for myself.
Huh?
That's not biblical.
That's stupid. Your body is a temple. God gave you said thing. That's spitting in God's face. To not take care of your body, your temple, your thing that he gave you. So again, you want the marriage, that is fine. But be a whole person coming into it. Don't be somebody broken. Marriage, relationship, courtship, whatever. Don't be a broken individual coming into something. Because you ain't doing nothing but setting yourself up for failure, for pain, for more toxicity. Fix you. Take the time to learn. This whole book was about learning you. Fixing the errors in you, the problems in you, the short holes in you, the strong holes in you before you come into that new thing. And that new thing may not... You think this book is not about marriage. It's not about relationship. The only relationship is about your relationship with Christ and your relationship with yourself. You want this new career. You got to fix you, boo. What was wrong in your last career? And stop looking at the atmosphere, the job, the boss. Check you. Where were you wrong in that thing? And be better. You're only making $7.25 an hour because that's all you present to the table. Because there's nowhere in the world I'm going to pay somebody. Somebody going to offer you. You work $45 an hour, but I'm just going to pay you $10. Who? That's dumb. You got to know your worth. You got to learn your worth. You got to learn self. Know self. What you got, Rudy? And that irritate me.
Yeah, but
who everybody said this to me?
As it goes on, like you was using the job scenario. Well, Lord, I want another job. And so, like I told my children, I tell my son,
car, whatever.
Yeah, you have to. Every job you go on, I believe this is me.
You should learn something.
And I've been working since I was 18, 19, I'm 56 now. It's going to be something going on that you don't like or you disagree with. You know, you can have a perfect job for you, but when you are happy within you, things work out for you. You know, and that's just like too. And when we learn to thank God for the first job He gave us, or whatever, you know, things runs smoothly. You know, whatever it may be, even in you want a spouse. Thank God for blessing you to know what you know. And then, you know, hey,
They
when
have
he
that single season.
yeah, when he see that, hey, this person here is learning themselves or putting me first or loving me before you least expect it, there is it, if it's His will. And because it's not coming, what, 21, 25, 20, you got some people get married soon they get out of school, hey, and still together, that's good. But there is something else that God has in store for you that you must do before you tie the knot, before you make those babies. And that's what's important, you know. And so, no, let's not say, okay, well, when I got a husband, I became whole. Jesus is the only thing, and I call it thing because He's a spirit, the only thing that could make us whole. Not a man, not a woman, not a job. You know, because money can't buy you love. None of those things, all those things are vanity according to the scripture. You know, so what we need is the love of God in our hearts. Now, whether you choose to serve Him or not, that's your business. But I'm talking about a person, whether it's male or female, who claims they love God and claim that they are a child of God and they want God to send them their person. Even you don't believe in God, but you want God to send you a person. So do you believe it? Come on now.
Do you ask for what you want? And I'm going to leave you with this. Philippians 4:19. But my God shall supply all your need according to His riches and glory by Christ Jesus. Not some of your needs, not your wants, not when you want it, but all of your needs in His time. If you have not gotten your copy of If Not, Make a Peace with God's Timing, go ahead and get that. Again, you can get it from www.jasminestylesconsulting.com/shop-1. You can get it personally autographed and all of the things. You can also get it from Barnes & Noble. What's the people called? Amazon. The people are not called Express something.
More importantly, locally here at the Leland.
I was getting there.
I apologize.
So the next chapter bookshop. And also, if you want to make an appearance, your girl will be having her first book signing Saturday, September 12th from 1 to 3 p.m. That's not right. From 12 to 3 p.m. Is that right? From 12 to 3 p.m. in Leland, Mississippi. You can come and meet me in person. You can meet Rita and all of the things. We love that you guys have tuned in for our season, our 4th season. The season that we did talk about the book. Next season, if God allows us to make it to it, we'll be discussing Rita's book, who's about to hit shelves. It's full of tangents. Just random conversations.
You see Rita's book every day that you see.
In hot flashes. Just coming out of nowhere. It's just the stuff. But thank you guys for tuning in for another lovely episode of Man's Glory Podcast, where we keep it real biblical. And we will see you guys next week.
Ta-ta.